Good afternoon, welcome in. It's Where the 99 Lead, a presentation of the University of Pikeville, where we talk all things regarding the University of Pikeville. I'm Andrew Joyce, joined this afternoon by the Director of Missions, Gary Justice. Gary, welcome in.
Hey, thanks a lot. Always love coming to talk about University of Pikeville, Andrew.
You're no newcomer to this program. You know how things work. We talk about different things. We've talked about financial aid. We've talked about record enrollments. We talk about admissions when you're here, and you always bring new excitement to the program.
Well, the thing about the University of Pikeville, it is, well, first of all, the title of the program is Where the 99 Steps Lead. It's led me several different places.
It really has.
And it's taken a lot of people a lot of different places as well. And it's just, UPike is just such an exciting place. So many good things going on, athletically, academically, programs, more scholarship money coming in. We could spend the whole 30 minutes just talking about that, Andrew.
We could spend a half hour talking about your journey up and down the 99 steps, because sadly it makes me feel my age a little bit. I can remember when Gary Justice landed on that campus and took that first trip up those 99 steps.
Yeah, Coach Cutright was not. It was not a walk for Coach Cutright. Our baseball team was kind of a run up the 99 steps.
Yes. There's been many of those trips up and down those steps. And Where the 99 Lead, we talk about going to campus, but also from campus. And we understand now, with the construction nearly complete on the Cole building, those 99 steps will be reopened very soon, and we'll see some new students making their way up the 99 steps, and very soon they'll be making their way back into the communities. And that's what it's all about. Today, our focus, we'll talk about new students, and that being the UPike SOAR program. Before we go any further, you have to tell us what SOAR stands for.
You know, Andrew, usually when people call in and say, I want to schedule my SOAR appointment, and when people are sitting in the hallway and they can't quite understand, what is SOAR? What is this? It's the acronym is SOAR, and it stands for Student Orientation and Registration. And what the program is, it's a program a lot of colleges are getting away from because it is a very costly program.
Sure.
But Governor Patton and Vice President Hurley have made a commitment to this 3 years ago that this program is needed for these students for the transition from high school to college. And I must say, it is a fun and exciting 2 days for these students. Britta Gibson in our Student Services office works with Ron Dameron. She does a wonderful job with this program. She has everything set up. She's very meticulous on how she has everything laid out for the students. It's one-stop shop in 2 days.
Sure. And we talk about SOAR, talking about incoming freshmen, not just incoming freshmen. Who needs to attend a SOAR session?
Well, what happens is, Andrew, we have incoming freshmen come in, and also transfer students will come through the SOAR session. So what happens at the SOAR session? The first day of the session, they come in, they get an overview of college. They get a welcome from Governor Paul Patton and Vice President Hurley, and just talking about what the expectations are going to be of them while they're in college, and how college is different than high school also. Well, then they meet their SOAR leaders. What happens is Britta has 10 young people who are current students at the University of Pikeville who kind of show them around campus. So this gives them an opportunity to have that first face on campus, somebody they can get on Facebook or start texting questions, that type of thing. And that's whose group they'll be in for 2 days. And then the SOAR leaders do this little skit, and it's kind of called the freshmen. It's kind of little things throughout the skit they may run into, whether it be a roommate issue or, well, I really don't have to go to class. And the skit addresses all those type of things for the students.
Right.
And then they get a nice overview of college from there, whether it be life on campus, life off campus if it's a commuting student, what's it like in the lunchroom, where do I need to go to, academic advising. All those questions are answered there for the student and also the parent.
Incoming freshmen, they're getting smacked with real life day one when they walk onto campus. So I would imagine it eases a lot of those fears.
It does. It puts a lot of faces with names because they've talked to us on the telephone, whether we be calling in, talk to the financial aid office or admissions or the registrar's office. They start putting faces with names. They see where everybody's office is at. It helps with that transition.
Sure.
But also gives the parents an opportunity to do so as well, because through the admissions office, generally our contact is with the student and not the parent. Now the parent can come up and actually see what we've been telling the student also.
The SOAR sessions, they go on throughout the summer, and I know there are multiple sessions. How many sessions are there for the incoming students?
Well, the total for the summer, Andrew, we will have 7 total freshman SOAR sessions, and then we'll have 2 transfer sessions. So what happens is we've already had 4, and so we got 3 more. We'll have 2 this coming week, and then we'll have 1 in August as well. So it's not too late. So if we have that high school senior or that transfer student who's thinking, you know, University of Pikeville may be my destination, we still have time for them to register for SOAR.
Talk about 7 freshman sessions, 2 transfer sessions. How many students in each?
We have 72 students per session. It sounds like a big number to a lot of people, but if you start dividing those up between 10 SOAR leaders, you have about 7 per group. So it has that one-on-one interaction. It has an opportunity for them to kind of meet a classmate. Maybe they're a student who comes from a different state. Matter of fact, this coming from the office, that we have a young lady coming up from Tampa, Florida, who's going to be playing lacrosse for us. She probably doesn't know anybody on campus.
Right.
But this gives her an opportunity to maybe get paired up with another athlete or somebody else who's in the same academic program as her to start that friendships as well.
No matter what state they come from, when they land on the UPike campus, they all seem to find commonalities, the athletes and students that have similar interest in their degrees. And I would imagine these sessions help ease the transition as well. So when they do check in the fall for the fall semester, that it's a much easier process.
It is, Andrew, because what happens is through the SOAR session, the second day of the session is devoted solely to academic registration. So they have all their classes already planned for the fall. So classes this year begin August 20th for the University of Pikeville students. So they already have their schedule. So this is not showing up on campus, waiting in long lines to get their classes. Oh my goodness, this is not high school. I don't know where to go to. I don't have my books yet. What time's the bookstore open?
Sure.
This way they have their classes. They have an opportunity. They have 2 months to get their books. So that first day of class is a nice, smooth transition, and also it should be a fun time for them.
So in a SOAR session, an incoming freshman transfer student, they take care of registration. Once they leave the SOAR session, their registration's complete. They know what classes they'll have.
Yes, the orientation part, they actually have their student ID. They have their student web mail accounts. They have everything they need to start classes on day 1. They have a class schedule, student ID. I mean, it is truly one-stop shopping. Sometimes it could be a little bit of informational overload, but we always tell the student and the parents is we're not showing up and leaving. When you come here, we're going to be here in the fall semester too. So if you have any questions, come see us.
Talking with Gary Justice, Director of Admissions at the University of Pikeville, and I can see so many advantages to this program from a parent's perspective, and even thinking back decades ago to the registration process when I was entering college for the first time, and how it really blindsided an incoming freshman, an 18-year-old who walks on campus, and none of the registration was complete. A lot of the a lot of those things had to be taken care of on day 1 of registration, and it was very intimidating. I can see some of the advantages. What are some of the advantages for students that attend SOAR?
What happens with the SOAR sessions, as far as the advantages is concerned, you think about a trip going somewhere you've never been before. It seems like it takes so long to get there because you don't know how long really it takes or what things look like. But on that trip back, it seems to be so much quicker. That's the same advantage that the students will have. They come in, they get acclimated with the campus, they stay overnight on campus, they play games, they see their academic advisor, they see the financial aid folks, they see admissions. So when they come back in the fall, oh yeah, I remember you from SOAR.
Sure.
But also the biggest thing is you talk to these students, they start getting these friends on Facebook. They get friends through the text messages. And they're like, you know, which professor should I take? You know, what day of the week are you going to be taking that class? That type of. They start building those friendships.
You received any feedback from students that have attended SOAR maybe this year or in years prior? What kind of feedback do you get from the students?
The feedback, Andrew, that we've received is generally positive. What we've witnessed is our freshmen are having success earlier in the semester. You always have that transition time where students are going to struggle, whether it be homesickness, whether it be academically because classes are different from high school because of more freedoms. You know, we only have to go to class a couple hours per day and be able to do more homework in the library and that type of thing. But with the SOAR program, we're seeing more success early for the students. So, you know, less homesickness, but also more success in the classroom.
I know there's a particular office on campus that talks about student success. And I know they're very involved with the students during the course of the school year. Are they involved in SOAR?
Student success counselors, we have Ambria Ray and Mandy Stacy. And Andrew, I could not imagine having any two ladies who care more about the students than what we have University of Pikeville and Mandy and Ambria. But they are involved in the SOAR sessions. They get the business cards in every one of the students' hands. They get the business cards also in the parents' hands too. So if they have any kind of questions, any kind of problems, they know who to contact. And they have a couple of informational sessions telling what their services are and what they're looking for and how they're there to help the student out.
It's amazing. I've talked to Ambria before on this show, Where the 99 Leads, and some of the services that they offer students. And I can't imagine a student who wants to succeed. I think that all the tools are there, and with this particular office, I think it provides some of those tools. Gary Justice, Director of Admissions with the UPike SOAR program. Of course, we talk about that. We're going to talk about some other things going on around admissions, around the university as well. But before we wrap up SOAR, talk about some of the success stories around the SOAR program at UPike.
Well, some of the success stories I've had is students who may have only made 1 or 2 trips to campus, still a little unsettled about if they want to come to the University of Pikeville. Maybe it's a distant student. Maybe it's somebody who's just not stayed away from home very much, and really kind of cautious about college, not sure what to do. And so what the SOAR program does, it allows to build those friendships we talked about, stay on campus, to see that we're not that big of a school. We only have classes in 4 different buildings. You know, you hear the stories about the major universities where they have to go across town and miles and travel here and not know if we make class and that type of thing. We're not much different than high school as far as the size is concerned. And through the SOAR program, students can see that we have people there in place to help you if you let us know that something's wrong. We also have people in place who want to see you succeed, because a student's success is UPike's success as well.
Sure. And success is only held down by what the student wants to achieve. I heard someone say once, can't take credit for this, small class size, small campus, big education, the University of Pikeville.
It is, it's the student's university, it's the student's time, University of Pikeville.
There you go. Gary Justice, he is the Director of Admissions, and we talk about SOAR. It's for incoming freshmen and transfers. If someone is undecided about the fall semester, but they're seriously considering the University of Pikeville, should they attend one of these sessions? May they attend one of these sessions?
Well, as long as they have all the paperwork in, and what they can do, they can call the Office of Admissions, and that's 606-218-5251, and they can come and attend the session, see if that's what they do. They can go ahead and register for classes if they want to, even if they're undecided yet, and then maybe later on, well, I'm not sure, I may want to go here. But once they attend a SOAR session, it'll help make their mind up, because they'll see the University of Pikeville's place to be.
Some of these students graduated high school a month ago. They thought they wanted to go somewhere else, and now they're having second thoughts about that choice, and now they want to attend the University of Pikeville. Is it too late?
It's never too late. We're the land of opportunity for students, and scholarships are still available.
Wow.
Sometimes students, well, I missed my opportunity for a scholarship, that type of thing. It's never too late. All you got to do is contact the University of Pikeville. We'll get things set up for the student. We'll get them with the financial aid counselor, see how much cost is going to be, make sure we have their academic program. I mean, truly one-on-one attention. Some people may call it hand-holding. We just call it the proper advising of a student.
Hand-holding's not such a bad thing when someone's making their first visit to campus.
Well, and also, Andrew, when you start thinking, you're talking about 18-year-old young adults, and when you throw them right into adulthood, they come from high school where they're used to that guidance that they've received from high school. They're going to receive that same type of guidance at University of Pikeville as well.
It's not necessarily a bad thing to ensure further success down the road for those incoming students. You mentioned scholarships. I'm glad you did.
Yes.
There's a new scholarship program that's been in the news, and it's K4CS. It's been all over the news, and it's something that the governor put in place not our Governor Patton, who's president of the University of Pikeville, but Governor Beshear felt it so important as part of the compromise from the legislation this spring. What is K4CS? What will it mean to students throughout Eastern Kentucky? What does it mean to the University of Pikeville?
Well, the first thing is I want to applaud Governor Beshear, and he sees that the need is in Southeast Kentucky for a baccalaureate degree. And also want to applaud our Governor, Paul Patton,
Sure.
because him and Leslie Combs and Greg Stumbo have been fighting this battle and trying to find out ways to increase scholarships for these students in this area. So what is K4CS? You have 9 counties that are involved. And you can see it on the news. They got websites. As long as you graduated from a high school from a coal-producing county, it's listed in those 9 counties, and you have 60 hours of college credit that will take
Right.
the University of Pikeville, you'll receive a scholarship. Well, the question has been, from the calls we've been receiving from people, is how much is a scholarship? It's not a set amount, and it's not need-based either. So if you have 60 hours that will accept the University of Pikeville,
Basically, 60 hours means a college junior
yes,
completed their
yes,
sophomore year.
Yes, good. That's a better way to look at the college junior. And it's not need-based. I know some people say, well, I don't qualify for financial aid. This is not financial aid.
Right.
This is a grant from the state of Kentucky for you to complete your 4-year degree. So it's not need-based. As long as you graduated from one of those schools in those 9 counties, you're good to go.
Basically, it balances the playing field between the University of Pikeville for a college junior.
Mm-hmm.
What amount of tuition they would pay at a state university as opposed to the University of Pikeville. It's a way to balance that to where students who want to finish their college education here at the University of Pikeville, they're able to do that without taking a hit in the pocketbook.
It gives those students access to a 4-year degree in Southeast Kentucky
Sure.
the same amount. Also, with this Cole Scholarship, not with this, but Governor Patton and Vice President Hurley has opened up 9 extension campuses
Wow.
at the University of Pikeville. And it's in those 9 counties. We're going to have an extension campus in all 9 counties. So if you imagine that a person who is in Harlan County, who is going to Southeast Community College, they can actually continue going to Southeast Community College, be a University of Pikeville student, and complete their 4-year degree on that same campus.
Very nice. You mentioned Governor Patton, the president of the University of Pikeville, James Hurley, the president-elect of the University of Pikeville. He'll take over those duties July of 13. Last Thursday and Friday, there were community meetings throughout Eastern Kentucky. Did those meetings take place in all 9 counties?
It took place in all 9. Well, in 8 of the 9 counties. The only county has not taken place is in Pike County.
Yes.
And that will take place on June the 18th at 11 a.m.
What happened at these meetings?
This was this informational panel. This is where we had Representative Combs. We had a lot of county judges. We also had a lot of newspaper media, but also given opportunities for students to come in and ask questions. It gave faculty members and staff members out on these community college campuses where we're going to have our extension campuses at
Sure.
an opportunity to come in and ask questions. So basically, it was just a traveling answer panel. Any question you want to ask us, ask away.
How was the response?
The response was very, very positive. That we've received, I couldn't tell you how many hundreds of phone calls we've already received from people wanting to know more information
Sure.
about this program. Applications, students come to the site and filling out applications, wanting to get their input in on what programs they'd like to see in the future, that type of thing. Very positive. People very excited as well.
I would imagine, because it certainly can make a big difference in the careers, the educational careers of these students who maybe didn't have an idea what they were going to do when they finished up their time at the community college at whichever they were attending. I guess they had choices of going Moorhead, Eastern, UK, Louisville, and they realized that they were going to have to travel away from home. It allows them to stay closer to home now, and I know that's what a lot of students in our region are looking for.
Also, Andrew, you start thinking about the non-traditional student, somebody who's got some hours in. Maybe they've got in 60 or 70 hours, but then they had to go to work.
Or have a family.
Or have a family. And now they want to finish up their college degree to get a better job. And now this gives them an opportunity to do this at a cost similar to what a state school is.
Wow. Gary Justice, Director of Admissions at the University of Pikeville. The community meetings are done. Again, the date on the Pike County meeting and a way for students and others to get questions answered. When is that coming up again?
Okay, I'll give you the location and a phone number as well, Andrew. It's June the 18th at 11 o'clock. It's going to be the informational panel. It's going to be in the CTC building, which is adjacent to the Pikeville Public Library, in room 125 at 11 o'clock. It'll be from 11 until noon. We will, on our mission side, we'll have people there from 9 until 5. So we'll have people who will come and fill an application, get some more information, come by and see us. As far as a phone number is concerned, 606-218-5295. Her name is Barbara Moore, and she has more information on this extension campus than anybody does at the University of Pikeville. So be sure to give Barb a call.
You talk about the community meetings in 8 of the 9 counties where the satellite campuses will be. You had students show up that had questions. What was the response from some of the educators from those community colleges and those sites of these extended campuses? What was the response from those folks?
The educators was so excited to see the opportunity for them to finish their education. They know a lot of times the reason the student is coming to their community college campus is, one, affordability, and then 2 is because of location, because they have a family where they have to work, or maybe they have somebody at home sick and they can't go to Moorhead or Eastern, or even come to, let's say they live in Harlan, they can't come to Pikeville and live on campus. So these educators are showing up now, and they see the opportunity now. These students are being more motivated in their classrooms because they know they have an opportunity to finish their degree.
Let's talk about the media. You said there was quite a bit of media there. Positive, negative response from the media that was in attendance?
A very positive media is mostly newspapers, and we've had some TV coverage as well, but nothing I've seen has been negative. They're just so positive as far as the more education you bring to the area, the better off the area is going to be, and that's what Governor Patton has said ever since I've known him. Of course, that's when he was in office. That's what he's the educational governor, and how can you say anything negative about this new scholarship system?
It's really difficult to find anything negative to say, but we all know how some of the media will respond. They'll find something.
But on the informational session we had last Thursday and Friday, we did not receive any kind of negative media, any kind of negative questions. So we're very very excited about the program, and we're very excited about what this means for our students. Because not only is this program, let's say students are already enrolled at the University of Pikeville and they graduate from one of those 9 counties, they receive the scholarships too. So we have a lot of currently enrolled students who have over 60 hours who are juniors, who's going to be, they got less loans, or they have a better opportunity to finish their college education also.
An awful lot of positives to this, and it's the K4CS. If you have questions, again, we'll give you the number again in just a little while. Gary Justice, Director of Admissions at the University of Pikeville. 2011, the fall semester, record enrollment. We've seen record enrollment. We've seen excitement. We've seen things go crazy on the University of Pikeville campus, all in good ways. The incoming freshman class, new students, fall 2012. I'm trying to calculate the number of students attending the SOAR sessions.
Yes.
And it sounds like another record class coming. Is it a record class? Is it close? And I know there's still work to be done.
There's still work to be done, but the old saying is records are made to be broken.
Thank you.
And with all the excitement that we have, we've opened up 2 new dormitories, and so Governor Patton has seen the need. And I was speaking with Ron Dameron this morning. I said, well, Ron, what do you think of our occupancy rate's going to be? And he said, well, we got to find us some more beds.
Yes.
So we're very excited about that. And I also want to encourage the students, if you're thinking about living on campus, to be sure to contact Student Services, get those housing contracts in, because we make sure you have a bed for you.
Wow. But there are more beds than there were last fall at this time, recognizing the growth. I know there's been a lot of construction and renovation going on. Fall enrollment is still open. If someone wanted to enroll at the University of Pikeville, they can do that right now, all the way up to registration, which is when?
The classes begin on August the 20th, which is a Monday, and the previous Thursday, Friday is the 16th and the 17th. We're coming to open registration. That's where students just come off the street. They've decided they want to stay at home. They decide with the new scholarship system they want to go on and get to finish their education. They can come see us then and get everything done. I mean, that's a student who just wakes up one morning, I need a college education. University of Pikeville is where I want to go to. That's August 16th and 17th is open registration. Now, we do have SOAR sessions if you want to get the whole experience.
Sure.
That you can still available for, and just to give Barb a phone call or the Office of Admissions, and we'll be glad to give you those dates.
There you go. And those sessions take place how long?
As far as the SOAR sessions, it is only really one day, but it's a half of one day and a half of the other day. So it's for example, Tuesday and Wednesday of this week we have another SOAR session. It'll be the last half of the day on Tuesday and the first half of the day on Wednesday, because we know the parents have got to work, the students have other things they got to be doing too. They may have part-time jobs,
sure,
vacations, that type of thing. So we throw a lot at them in a day or so, but it's one-stop shopping to get everything done.
Sounds like an incoming student in August. It'd certainly be beneficial and highly recommended to take part in the SOAR session. So if someone's tuned in right now,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe they're a procrastinator and they haven't registered anywhere, but they've decided they want to attend the University of Pikeville, they need to contact admissions
Mm-hmm.
first, I would imagine. What is some of the items that they're going to need to register at the university?
All right, let's speak about a high school senior first.
Sure.
The high school senior will need to fill out an application at the University of Pikeville and provide us either their ACT score or SAT score, and also along with their high school transcripts. That's it. Now, if it is a college student who maybe decided, you know what, I don't want to go back to the other school, I just want to go to the University of Pikeville
Sure.
and transfer in, still do the application, ACT, SAT score, high school transcript, then also their college transcripts where they went to school at. After they do that, we'll take care of the rest. We'll help them out with their FAFSA as far as their financial aid is concerned.
Right.
We can help them get their transcripts too. We just got to know what schools they've been to, and we can truly one-on-one service. And I got to contact the Office of Admissions, and we can tell them everything they need.
It's an amazing staff at the University of Pikeville. Everyone that I've encountered at the university, they're there for the students and truly try to make things as simple as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and help the students succeed. And that's what it's all about. Student success means a greater Eastern Kentucky, Southern West Virginia, and Southwest Virginia for us all. Gary Justice, Director of Admissions at the University of Pikeville. SOAR programs, K4CS scholarships, fall enrollment. I know you're still busy out there hitting the pavement, bringing new students in, answering questions. And you mentioned scholarships are still available for the upcoming fall semester. What else is on your mind? I'll give you a chance for a final word here.
Well, this excitement as far as even our alumni who have not been on our campus in a long time, I'd love for them to come by and take a look. Offices have moved around with the new construction of the new building, the new dining hall that we're going to be having, the athletic facility that's going up, new academic programs that we're having. It is truly an exciting time, and I even have some friends who have not been on campus in a few years, and they've come back like, man, this is a different place.
Yeah.
And it is, so it's very exciting. And, you know, we mentioned that we're still pounding the pavement, and it's not the fact that we're just trying to run down students, but we want to make sure that the student and the parent knows we're there for them, and if they have any kind of questions. Because if you think about a parent, and this is their first child going, like myself, I was a first generational student.
Sure.
They don't know what to expect. They don't know what to do. You know, so sometimes it can be a very daunting task to go off to college. Do I have everything in? So when we're pounding that pavement, that's what we're doing, to showing that student and that parent we're there for you. If you have any questions, be sure to ask us.
Gary Justice, Director of Admissions, and if someone has a question, the number at the admissions office.
I'm going to give it two numbers, Andrew. For the admissions office is 606-218-5251. And then we're speaking about scholarships. Judy Bradley, which I know you've had on the program a few times, she does a magnificent job. And so if you have any questions about scholarships, contact Judy at 606-218-5224.
Gary Justice, Director of Admissions at the University of Pikeville. You've been tuned to Where the 99 Lead. It's a program brought to you by the University of Pikeville, where we talk about the University of Pikeville, the leading university of Central Appalachia. On behalf of Gary Justice and the University of Pikeville, I'm Andrew Joyce.